This is Dr. Bond. We're going to try some screencast here. So we are in Exercise Science 312. This is our first week being online. We're going to talk about the heart. This is our little section 1 of the week. It's called our heart overview. We'll have a little short. I'm going to try to keep these to 15 minutes or less and really focus on important things we need to know. As a side note, you guys know Zach anyways. He's here hanging out, playing with some dinosaurs in the background, so you might hear him from time to time. All right, let's jump right in. Oh, well, click forward. There we go. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Okay. So our overview of the heart. Today in this little piece of the lecture, we're going to talk about the general structure of the cardiovascular system and the general characteristics and functions of the heart. Here we go. I'm gonna see if I can make this just a little bit bigger to catch more of the screen, and I can't, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys. So here's our cardiovascular system overall, and as you can see, we have our heart in the middle that's going to function as our side-by-side pump. The left side of the heart is, oh, I'm going to draw for you. Okay, here we go. Watch out, everybody. We're going to start drawing. Let's see, we've got a highlighter. We're going to highlight. So the left side of the heart, oh, check that out. It's our more muscular side of the heart. That's going to be pumping oxygenated blood throughout the body. And it's going to turn through the veins to the right side of the heart. And then once that blood gets to the right side of the heart, it's going to be going out here to the lungs where it will be reoxygenated. And we talked about this briefly, like you guys like my little arrows there. It looks like a real highlighter. All right, so you can see down here we've got our key. Vessels transporting oxygenated blood are red, vessels transporting deoxygenated blood are blue, and vessels involved in gas exchange are purple. All right, let's keep on moving. So our general characteristics and functions of the heart are as follows. Number 1, blood flows through the heart in one direction. It is unidirectional. We have 4 valves in the heart. In later lectures, we'll talk about what those valves are called. The heart is functionally 2 side-by-side pumps that work at the same rate, so left and right are pumping at the same time, and they pump the same volume of blood. So half of your blood is circulating through the body, half the blood is circulating out to the lungs, minus the amount of blood that stays behind in the heart. So our heart generates blood pressure. So when we're measuring blood pressure in the arm, as I believe we've talked about before in here, we measure blood pressure, remember, in the brachial artery. It's in line with the heart itself. So the heart generates blood pressure. So we alternate cycles of the ventricles contraction and relaxation. Blood pressure is the force of the blood that the heart is pumping, pushing against the inside walls of the blood vessel. So we measure blood pressure because we know that healthy blood pressure indicates healthy heart function. That heart is strong and doing what it needs to do. And if we have blood pressure that's too high, we know that there are some health risks associated with that. So the left side of our heart provides systemic circulation. So there's our left side of the heart. I'm going to change over to, let's see, highlighter. Let's do, how about a little green? Okay, so here's the left side of our heart right here. You can take a look and see that the left side of the heart has a thicker wall than the right side of the heart. That blood leaves the left side of the heart and it travels out here through Oh, hold on. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I had a little problem there. All right, so scratch that. Scratch what I just said. Here's our left side of the heart right here. I cannot rewind, so we're just going to deal with that. The left side of the heart has blood that leaves through the aorta, our largest blood vessel, and travels to the body, to the capillaries, where it diffuses through the muscles of the periphery, into the organs, etc. In the capillaries, that oxygen diffuses out into the body, and then our deoxygenated blood travels back up into the left side of the heart. And so, sorry, to the right side of the heart, and then we're going to talk about the right side of the heart there in a minute. So the left side of the heart provides systemic circulation, meaning it's going out to the body system overall. It's going out to the body system overall. So systemic, oh boy. That says systemic. Oh, you guys, I'm even worse at writing on here than I am on the board. Systemic equals the body. There we go. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this looks like Zach wrote it. That's okay. It's all kind of a, hopefully some comedy there. All right. So the left side of the heart plus the systemic arteries and veins together convey blood to most of the body tissues and then back to the right side of the heart. All right, our right side's our pulmonary circulation. Let's get back to let's try the highlighter again. The highlighter I like, it's a little bit more forgiving. Oh, actually, we'll try the laser pointer. Okay, so, check it out. Here we go. Now we're in business. The right side of the heart is over here. Okay, so that right side of the heart provides the pulmonary circulation. Come on, buddy. The right side of the heart has received deoxygenated blood from the. You want to say hi, Zach? Say hi, guys. So that left side of the heart is going to pump blood to the lungs coming over here. So we have deoxygenated blood coming into the vena cava to the left side, to the right side of the heart. And that right side of the heart is then going to pump that blood out here to the lungs. We'll talk about that a little bit later too. So it picks up oxygen that comes back to the body. Moving on. Oh, there's our right side of the heart. And you can see, if you take a look at the musculature, that right side is much less muscular than the left side because it doesn't have to generate very much pressure for that blood to get to the lungs. So the pulmonary circulation, meaning the circulation that's going to the pulmonary system, the lungs, is on the right side of the heart. It's comprised of the right side of the heart, the pulmonary arteries and veins, and it conveys blood back to the left side of the heart. So the heart propels blood to and from most body tissues. Arteries are blood vessels that always carry blood away from the heart. On the systemic side, arteries carry oxygenated blood. On the pulmonary side, they carry deoxygenated blood, but we're always taking blood away from the heart. The capillaries are tiny blood vessels that deliver oxygen to metabolizing tissues in the body system. So I'm going out for a run. I'm socially distanced away from everybody. Nobody's within 6 feet of me. I go out for a jog and my heart starts beating and it's pumping oxygenated blood out to my muscles where they're going to pick up oxygen. And it's going to diffuse through those capillaries into the muscle. And when my muscles use that blood, CO2, carbon dioxide, when my muscles use that oxygen, that CO2 or carbon dioxide is going to diffuse back into them. And that CO2 then will be carried in the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. My veins carry blood back to the heart. So here are my arteries. You can see in red, our red arteries right here. These are systemic arteries, and they're carrying that oxygenated blood. Now, my pulmonary arteries are carrying deoxygenated blood, but the blood is always going away from the heart. Here are my veins. In the body, on the systemic side, they're carrying oxygenated blood back to the heart. And then they're bringing oxygenated blood back to the heart from the lungs. So deoxygenated blood produced by the body during exercise is coming back into the left side, to the right side of the heart, and then it's pumped out through the pulmonary arteries and returns to the pulmonary veins, oxygenated blood. So a good question to know the answer to is, when do the arteries carry oxygenated blood versus deoxygenated blood? When do the veins carry oxygenated blood versus deoxygenated blood? So our systemic capillaries, let me get over here to try to slide the screen up for you guys a little bit. Our systemic capillaries, there we go, deliver oxygen out to the body. So our systemic capillaries deliver oxygen to the body, as we've talked about before, and there's our capillary bed. Our capillary bed's right there. Our pulmonary capillaries reoxygenate blood in the lungs. In our respiratory unit, next week or a few weeks from now, we'll talk about how that oxygen gets from the lungs into the capillaries. All right, now let's talk about the position of the heart. Where is the heart located in the body? Here goes my laser pointer. So my heart is located in the middle of the chest, and you can see it's kind of set there at an angle a little bit, and the lungs actually move to accommodate for that, and the lungs on the left side of the heart are a little bit smaller than the lung on the right side of the heart to accommodate for that. So we find the heart in the chest behind the sternum. As we know, that sternum is going to help to protect the heart, as is the rib cage. So if we're going to use our positioning terms, the heart is deep to the sternum in a compartment of the thorax known as the mediastinum. So we talked about different regions of the body. That region is called the mediastinum. It's slightly left of the midline just because the heart itself is somewhat centered, but it's turned on an angle, and so that the heart can pump upwards in an efficient way. Okay, so that's the end of our slideshow. And look at that, guys, 10 minutes for our first little lecture. So we're trying to keep them short. Now there's going to be a little assignment posted for you on Canvas to complete just to make sure you understood this and see if you have any questions. So now that you're done with this little part of the lecture, hop on over to Canvas and complete that first assignment for me. Remember, all assignments will be due along with your quiz, will be due at the end of the week. But I think it's a good idea if you just finished this lecture, hop on there and do that assignment now. All right, guys, take care and I'll talk to you next time. Yes, I do. Oh, and I got to hit end.